This is Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. Remember, every week I want us to focus on the bigger picture. What has been happening, you know, during that week. Now, last week we saw how this candle closed above, and this week candle, is gonna close today. I think today. So let's see where this week this candle is gonna close. So if this candle close where it is right now, like at this point, let me bring in this. Let me mark this zone here. I'm gonna go to the daily time frame to explain more further. Now, if say price stay in this range where this candle is right now, then I think that we're gonna be having a bullish week for Bitcoin. And if we don't have a bullish week for Bitcoin, it means that Bitcoin might at one point attempt to recover all of these red vector candles. Remember what I told you guys earlier in my previous videos. When you see a red vector candle like this, it means the market makers, they are pushing price down at the same time they are building long. So they're gonna come back and try to recover this vector candle. And when they recover this vector candle, it means that they have paid themselves back. When they are pushing price to the downside, they are losing money, and when they are pushing price to the upside, they are losing money. So in everything they do, they make money and lose money at the same time. So, but in the end, they are profitable, because they are the ones that provide liquidity, if you know what that means. Now, if I drop down to the daily time frame, I'm gonna show you something here because this day, like today candle, you can see it clearly. This candle, I want it to eat all of this vector candle and close above. Let's say at least it should be around $63,000 per Bitcoin. Now, you can see that Bitcoin break structure here. We have talked about this zone. We talked about this zone last week. I think the previous week, not last week, but I think, yeah, I think that was 2 weeks ago. That this zone, was a critical zone that Bitcoin had to break. So Bitcoin did break this zone and form higher highs. Now, should we expect pullback? Yeah, we expected pullback, and I told you guys that we're gonna see pullback, and pullback did happen. Now, what did I mention about these Fibonacci tools that we use always? The 0.382 zone, 0.5 zone, 0.618 zone, and the 0.786 zone. These are zones that price can easily bounce from. And if price bounce from this zone and it's not able to go and make higher highs, then that's when we can start thinking of maybe Bitcoin can go and break the previous low. And in this case, this was the previous low. Yeah, they pull back low. So we saw this huge vector candle here down here, and now we are seeing a retracement. This retracement, guys, price should go and make more higher highs. If price is not able to go and make higher highs, break more structure, then let's say price is gonna do something like this, then expect price to get to where the golden pocket is. That's the 0.618. And if price does that, we are still in trend. Okay, we are still in an uptrend. Looking at the daily time frame, or looking at this particular structure based on what price did last week. Now, if price get to the 0.786 zone, we are still in structure. What price must not do is to come close below this zone here. Price must not break and close below. If price break and close below, it means that price has invalidated this move. Now you can see it's like price has formed a W, from like a W here, and this W usually is a bullish signal. So I want to believe that this move that break structure is the move that is going to commence or kickstart the alt season. Now, as I mentioned, guys, we want to see Bitcoin close above this 63,000, this line I drew here. And if Bitcoin close above, then if say we see the next candle, like I'm gonna wait today, tomorrow, Monday, and see where the candle today and tomorrow is gonna close, and where the market's gonna open. And the zones the market's gonna open are the zones we are gonna dwell on, and then look at what our altcoins are doing. Again, if you see me spend so much time on Bitcoin, is because Bitcoin moves the market, and I want to be talking about a catalyst that is going to benefit all of us, because I don't see any need why you're going to buy a coin and you don't know what's going on in that coin, you don't even know what moves that coin, and so on and so forth. So if you're trading altcoin, you are in any meme coin, then you should understand that Bitcoin moves the market, and if Bitcoin moves the market, then there's a high chances that any altcoin you're buying, which is pumping, is gonna eat all of the profit that you made during the pump. So it's good to always learn when to take out profit. You must not sell everything at once, but you can take out 20%, 25%, 30%, or let's say 50%. At least you cash out something, and when price get to a certain zone, you can then buy back cheaper. Okay, so looking at now what like at this chart, I think that we should wait to see what Bitcoin will do. I sold most of my coins already today because I think we have gotten to a point where if Bitcoin break this zone, I'm gonna wait for retracement. Then the retracement is where when I'm gonna buy most of the altcoins that I have been holding like all through last week, right? But again, Bitcoin is where I am always in because Bitcoin, when Bitcoin is dropping, I don't care because I know that if even if I'm gonna lose 10% from the Bitcoin drop, I know other altcoins that I trade are gonna provide me with more opportunities. Like let's say they can drop like 40%, 30%, so I can take a 10% loss in Bitcoin, then use those altcoins to make more Bitcoin. The next thing I want us to look is this total trade. I want to eliminate Ethereum. 'Cause I've been talking about this chart and I mark these zones for you because I want us to look at what total trade is doing. And if say you are joining us here for the first time, these total trade are all cryptocurrencies in the world, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now we are looking at the volume of these altcoins, what these altcoins are doing against Bitcoin. And looking at these zones that I mark, I mentioned to you guys that I want to see break of structure, break of this trend. And breaking of this trend is going to help us identify the next trend, or the next move. Now, looking at this zone now, I think that what price must do is price must not come and break close below. Price can stay in this range, this other range, but price must not break below this. So this is a zone that price must not break below. If price break below this zone, then the structure is invalidated. It means we are back in a downtrend. But if price stay where it is, like or around this trend line, you can see we had multiple rejection here. One, two, three, four, five. Even when price was below, we also had some rejection here, and price break this zone, came back there. This is what I always say to you. When price breaks structure, price must come back and retest structure. After price must have retest structure and hold that structure, then you can, buy. So looking at these zones, I would say that if price is not able to go and make higher highs, like what I always say, then maybe we can start reassessing our altcoins, like the altcoins you are holding. Because if say this if say the candle close below this zone, then trust me, we're gonna see a massive tank in the altcoin market. And we don't want to see altcoins bleed more again. They have bleed enough. We started seeing most of these altcoins recovering, and we don't want to see them, keep launching to the downside. So that's why we have to hope for the best, like be positive that this is gonna hold, yeah, because of previous data, and trading is all about previous data. You analyze based on previous data, and we have enough data here to back what price might do next. And again, guys, if price break this zone, yeah, then I can say to you guys that we might begin the altcoin season. So this chart is very important. Now, another chart I want to show you guys right now is the USDT dominance. This USDT dominance is very important. How it works. When the USDT dominance is increasing, it means that investors are favoring more US dollars, like they are buying more US dollars. But if say USDT dominance is dropping, it means they are favoring Bitcoin, Ethereum, or other altcoins. This is just what this chart represents. Now, before I've mentioned to you guys, like whenever price get to a zone where we have gotten more demand and supply, or when price get to a demand and supply zone, we should expect some sort of reaction there. And this reaction is not something that you should ignore, because if you ignore it, then you're going to be losing money. And we are here to make money, not to lose money. So I mentioned back then that this zone that price have traded multiple times, if say price get there again during this USDT recovery, we are going to see some sort of pullback from there. And the pullback means that investors are going to leave Bitcoin and get back into USDT. And if they leave Bitcoin and altcoin and get back into USDT, it means the market is going to drop short term. And because we want to take advantage of the short term movement, we have to assume that when price get to certain zones, we need to, cash out profit, wait for pullback, then buy again. In that case, you are making more of your coin and making more of Bitcoin. So what I expect to happen right now, because right now, like the chart is more of like doesn't know which direction to take, but there's something I'm looking at here. This zone here, even though price, is not able to break that area, but I think this is an important zone for USDT. If say we see USDT dominance break below this zone, this trend line, then I would say that we can see Bitcoin go to, let's say, $100,000 per Bitcoin. Because I think if say this happens, you're gonna take dominance back to about 2% or 1%. If say the dominance goes to 1%, it means that most of the big investors are now in crypto and they want to cash. Like they are favoring crypto. They want to favor crypto more than US dollars. So this is what this chart represents.